Hello and welcome. This is just a short video to save you, at a very minimum, a tenner or 10 euros or 100 kroner or $12, who knows. And when you consider that, and I've looked into this, it's around about a tenner, not including postage. And all you need is a piece of wire. And any type of wire will do so long as it's reasonably smooth. Okay, it is my belief that if you can make it yourself, do it. Save yourself some money. For the investment in making this tool alone is probably the same cost as buying one yourself. Having said that, after you've done the investment, you could probably make a couple of hundred of them yourself. What I'm saying is it's not limited to just one thing, right? So for the price of 10 euros or a tenner or $12 or whatever, you can make a whole array of stuff instead of spending like 10 quid and the $5 postage, and you just get one thing. Okay, that's my point. And the more money you save, the more opportunities you have in the fishing world. Today, we're going to be making this, a fly tying bobbin. I don't tie flies, Billy, I hear you say. Well, it's not just used for tying flies, right? I use this for repairing fishing rods, tying assist hooks, feathers, just to name a few. Amazingly useful. It's a third hand in effect. It makes so many tasks that are otherwise just infuriatingly time consuming and difficult much easier. Let's get going. You could use wire from, just say, an egg whisk. Your wife's egg whisk mysteriously goes missing. And all of a sudden you have a fly tying bobbin. She'll say, "Where did you get that?" "I made it myself." She'll never connect the dots, right? Never. And by the way, you'll get like 6 of these out of one of them, so you can make a lot of stuff out of egg whisks. Actually, the steel's pretty good in them. What size is the steel you're going to use, Billy? Well, it is 1.2. That's what it is, so don't write in. Well, you can if you like. I'll just say the same thing. What are the tools you're going to need to make this? You're going to need some type of thing to cut metal. If it's hardened metal, you will need a pair of decent cutters. Another tool you're going to need is a pair of round nose pliers. It is necessary to use some type of round nose pliers, because if it has a tool surface in it, something like this, right, with teeth on it, it will damage it, it will catch the line, and it will ruin whatever you're trying to make at the end. Then you will need some 10 or 8 mil beads, okay? Also, you will need some jigging rings. This one is 7.6 mil, but you don't have to use that. Whatever you got going, don't use a split ring, okay? You could use a washer or a bigger bead or whatever, you know what I mean? You just have to think outside the box here. They do actually play a role in the operation of the fly tying bobbin, right? If there isn't enough tension on the spool, right, you slide it down or up depending on what way you constructed it. This one goes up. I have some that go down. And what they do is they apply tension to these legs here at the bottom, and it allows you to do this, right? Okay. Also, if it's not really working out for you, you can see there, you just wrap the line around the leg of the bobbin, and that will also apply tension. You can also just do it that way. You can get away with it. If you want to buy some hardened stainless steel, go on to Ali. What you'll search for is stainless spring steel with hardness, it will be listed as, right? And make sure it says that, or you won't be able to build components, okay? What else I use this for is I make links and clips, grip wires for lead weights, I make the tail wires for lead weights, and many other things that you have to purchase yourself. I will list some of the other videos where I make stuff in the description. The first part of the bobbin that you make is the eye at the end. So you go to the middle of your steel, and whatever you're going to use to add the tension to it, right? This needs to be able to fit over it, right? So just make sure that the end product is smaller than the ring you use for tensioning, okay? Or bead, just say you drill out a bead or whatever, right? I am going to use smallest graduation on this. This is a jeweler's looping pliers. You will also find them on Ali. They will cost you about a $5. I can't say what the postage is. The initial investment will see you for a very long time. These ones are stainless steel. If you are a member, I will see if I can get a link to you, if I still have the link for these. So you have your 30 centimeters of steel, but basically you just have to bend it around the end of that in more than a full circle, okay? So you just bend it around, okay? Okay, and you have to change angle all the time, right? So you have that pivot point. So now I'm going to go in here like this. This will actually tighten it up a bit. Okay, and then you keep going. Okay, you get me? Now I'm going to take it a little bit further. Just like that, right? Now, there it is there. Now I'm going to bend this one this way and this one this way. Right. And you're left with that there, okay? So that's the basis for the eye for your bobbin, right? So I just take it and place it in the middle of it like that. Clamp down hard, bend it straight back. Okay? And the same with the other one, okay? So then you're left with that. You can just straighten these out a bit, make your life easier later. So now you need to put your ring on. So you just drop that on like that, okay? Just slide this ring up, okay? And it will give you a good reference point of where to bend it, okay? So you put your finger behind it like that, okay? You take a hold with your pliers, now you just bend it back. So one side at a time, yeah? Okay, you take it over, switch it over to the other side. It's the same thing again. And they should be roughly even, okay? I did say roughly, right? And don't worry, it won't. If it's a couple of millimeter out, it won't hurt the project at the end, okay? It's just the bits that hold it that need to be right. You're gonna make these two legs here. These two legs here on each side. You can measure this if you want, if you feel the need. You can just mark it with a marker or whatever. I'm just gonna gauge how fat it needs to be, right? Where I need to bend the legs. So that's one side there. And then on to the next. That looks reasonably okay to me. So then you need to do the last couple there. These two here where the beads sit. So there we go. So these don't actually need to be this long, so I'm going to clip them back a little bit. Then I'm going to take some super glue and I'm going to put a couple of beads on here, just like that. Okay. So the way I do this is put a little drop in the hole of the bead. Just a little drop, it doesn't need to be much. And you just stick that on there like that. And you do the same to the other side. There's no weight on these or anything, they just hold the bobbin. That's all they do. So you just wait a minute until it sets. Here we go. Now it's a little bit loose, so I'm going to bend them in a little bit so it holds it a little bit better. Like that. And there we go. This ring, like I said, is for tensioning it. So you just move it up like that. If it's right, it will add enough tension to the line, along with wrapping it around the leg, that it will hang and hold itself. And that's the actual purpose of the bobbin, is to act as a third hand for you. So you can let go of the thread, right? There you go. That's what it does. That's it. That's what you're paying a tenner for, something that does that. There you go. Fly tying bobbin. Just made out of a piece of wire and two beads and a ring or a washer or whatever you have there. It makes your life so much easier and allows you to make stuff that you weren't able to do before. So I hope you liked it. Hope it saves you some money. Wherever you are in the world, remember, if you can make it yourself, don't buy it. Bye.